Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is KPZ. You're here on the home of the slightly above average ship review. We are on tiers in a domination match in the legendary tier U.S. Destroyer of the Gearing. A gunboat of the highest caliber. Alright, you remember a while ago, I'll link it here in the video, I put up a Gearing hat trick or a Shimakaze hat trick video. I think it was 3 kills, 3 caps, and 3k base XP. I've got another hat trick video for you today in the Gearing. 3 kills, 3 base caps, solo base caps, mind you, and 3k base XP. I think that's kind of the complete game that you would hope for as a destroyer player, regardless of the tier, regardless of whether you're a gunboat or a torpedo boat. 3 kills, 3 solo base caps, and 3k base XP means you are doing your job. Now, obviously, if you're getting 3k base XP, your team is probably winning, but I would tell you if you got 3 kills in the destroyer and 3 solo base caps, if your team didn't win, then your team is really horrible. All right, so we're moving out on tiers. We're in the Gearing. I don't even think this commander is fully maxed up because it's Mordov, an event commander, and you can't level those up the same way you can with regular commanders. So I think he's probably at 16.3. And so we're going to mosey in here to the Charlie Cap. If you're wondering why I'm angling this way, it's to avoid torpedoes. I'm going to make the enemy destroyers show themselves. And so by being at this angle, if torpedoes do come at me, I can just speed up and thread the needle, so to speak. Or avoid them altogether because of the island. Alright, spotting some enemy ships. That's a Musashi. We're going to, I can't resist. We're going to move up. We're going to torp out. Now that somebody behind me started shooting, that may have been wasted torpedoes. I guess we'll find out. So we readjusted after blowing our load torpedo-wise. And see, I should have not shot those because this guy is turning away now that he's been shot at. All right, there's our first solo base cap. We spotted the enemy Gearing. Our torpedoes are in reload. The Musashi is not going to get hit by any of those torpedoes. So right now we're waiting for a torpedo reload, but I am very cognizant that I could take out a low health destroyer. But I think that Gearing, he advanced way too far. He's in the Bravo, or the Delta Cap, pardon me, and he's almost dead. So he's going to be dead. I think he probably is dead right now. Edinburgh moving in here. I know this sounds crazy to engage a cruiser at close range. Musashi was shooting at me too. We're going to go behind the island. We're going to use a smoke screen. And now we are sonared. And so by doing this maneuver here, I kind of kept myself away from anybody who would shoot at me, except Musashi, who has bigger problems closer to home. So I'm just trying to set him on fire right here. Should have come to a halt, but I was worried about the Edinburgh coming back around. So we don't set Musashi on fire, but we do create a little bit of distance. And I've already used 2 consumables. I know you're wondering how this ended up being a review. Just, you guys know I am a second half of the game player. I come on strong in the second half. You guys know that. All right, another one of our ships gets killed. I'm circling around the island here. I'm telling this hapless cruiser to get back. He's going to be toast any minute now. Trying to judge Musashi. He did get some torpedo strikes there, I guess. But again, you cannot get that close to two enemy ships in a cruiser, especially if you're facing a Musashi. Good grief. I mean, he can overpen you from literally any angle. As more of our team gets killed, I'm like, yeah, let's fire those torpedoes and get out of here, as the cruiser does die. All right, so we're down 2 ships to 4. I'm going to turn this shit around, ladies and gentlemen. Don't you worry. I am going to get it done today here in the gearing. As you already know, 3K base XP. All right, we fired all our torpedoes into the bino view. They are on target for Musashi. 1, 2 torpedo strikes. Couple of cap defended flags. I think he was initially flooding. I believe he is still flooding. And we got some main battery reload action going on there with our epic mod. Or it might be a legendary mod. I think that's the epic signal, though. So I think the Musashi is going to flood out here, folks. Oh, he damage conned at the last second. Well, don't you worry. I think we're going to get a little bit closer. Taking a look at the teams, my teammates have been doing a little bit of work to make it closer. I tried to prevent that cap, but I did not shoot quickly enough. And so at this point, we're just trying to set Musashi on fire. He's starting to heal up. You can see the other ship is shooting at me from way far away. Musashi is shooting at me. I do take a little bit of damage, but now we're in full farming mode. We set the Musashi on fire, and this is what you do when you're in that U.S. gunboat. You farm that damage early and often. Second fire on Musashi. We're going to go dark. All right, we're not going to go dark. We're going to shoot once and turn away. And I think Musashi is close to death, and he is dead. And we dodge his last salvo. Kill number 1. So 1 kill, 1 solo base cap. We got 54,000 damage.
Roger.
All right, we've got another ship over here, the Edinburgh. First, I'm trying to take out this plane. Not that it has me spotted anymore, but we've got good enough AA to be able to take it out if we can get close enough. And I think the consumable expired, or maybe the guy next to me shot it down. All right, so resetting the game. It doesn't seem like it's been that long, but we're about halfway through the game right now. And we have 3 ships left, and the enemy team has 2 ships left. And just my luck, they're both over here near the Charlie Cap. So it's a really good thing I ran away in the beginning when I saw the Edinburgh. Don't ever be afraid to retreat. That being said, I know from personal experience, in lots of domination matches, the blue team retreats and lets the red team take all the cap circles. I mean, obviously you don't want that. But at the end of the day, you're going to have to pull back in here and flip these around. And at this point, we have a points lead of about 50 points. And I am going to flip the remaining caps, and I'm going to kill the remaining ships, folks, even with half my health gone, because that's how you do stuff here in the gearing. All right, so we're nosing into the Charlie Cap. I am still concerned about the Edinburgh, and there is another ship out there. Oh, actually, the Edinburgh is dead. There are 2 battleships. All right, we got a Conqueror. And maybe the other one might be in Minnesota. And so right now, when you're in a destroyer, regardless if it's a torpedo boat or a gunboat, right here you just want to capture this cap circle. And what that does is that puts pressure on the enemy team to reverse a cap circle. And then they come to reverse it, you hit them with torpedoes, match over. All right, that doesn't happen here. So it may have been a great idea for me to do this. I would recommend it for anybody. But you can see the Conqueror is trying to shoot the gap. He's trying to get out of here. So he's not concerned about the cap. And that normally I would say that's how you lose, but actually it was a good plan for him because coming over here is death. All right, there's our second solo base cap. All right, there's the other battleship, a Minnesota. I think in a second here, because I see the turrets are turned away, and they are turned away, we're going to start farming damage here on the Conqueror. All right, always zoom in and see where those turrets are pointed. And if it's not a German or Italian or some other ship, Atlantico, with long-range secondaries, feel free to start farming when their turrets are turned away. So we farmed some damage there. Our torpedoes didn't miss, but they forced the Conqueror into the middle, and we HE spammed them a little bit. We did not get anything from doing that. So in a minute here, when we come around the island, we're just going to resume HE spamming the Conqueror. He is continuing a path out of my torpedo arc there. So it's really not worth it for me to do anything with torpedoes. The Minnesota is not paying attention to me. So I am free here to farm damage from the Conqueror using my HE. And as you know, American ships don't have great HE fire setting chance, just 5%. So here to protect myself, because the Conqueror is spotted, I threw up my last smoke screen, and I'm farming from my smoke screen here because he's spotted by my teammates. And there is kill number 2. All right, 2 kills down, 2 caps down. We're going to move into the Delta Cap, and we're going to try to farm the Minnesota to finish off the hat trick. There goes the HE. He is engaged with another enemy. He is already on fire. My teammates are shooting HE at him. I don't know if I agree with that. I mean, it's good for me, but in theory, what do we have out there? Maybe that's the cruiser, and that's fine if the cruiser is shooting HE. Go on, do that. So we are spamming the Minnesota here. We used our speed boost to get into the cap circle or get towards the cap circle faster. We are now flipping the cap circle. I'm going to turn, and I'm going to do a spread of torpedoes in case he decides to turn away. And then in a second here, we're going to throttle back and come to pretty much a halt. All our guns aim towards Minnesota, and we're going to start farming Minnesota here for damage. And really, again, he's engaged with bigger, more dangerous enemies. So this is where you make your money in a gunboat. I'm just farming this damage with the HE. Not all of them are hits. That's okay. Most of them are. You can see we do set a fire there. He turns. He has to turn. Otherwise, he would have ran into the island. And you can see he's going to try to turn back to starboard to avoid these torpedoes. It's not going to work. We set him on fire again. There's this third solo base cap. And there is the final damage. And we complete the destroyer hat trick. All right, yeah, I was trying to get some campaign ship footage today. It didn't work out. Anyway, here we are on the victory screen. 156,182 total damage, 286 main battery hits, 4 torpedo strikes, 3 big kills, 3 solo base caps. We ended up with 371,423 silver and over 7,100 ship XP, over 7,300 commander XP in the gearing, and a raft of progress ribbons. There we are at the top of the board, 3115 base XP, 3 big kills. That is the destroyer hat trick, folks. I'll try to bring you more of these when I get them. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe below. I'll see you next time, hopefully Thursday campaign ship video. Thanks for watching.